Hi everybody. Hi. Welcome back. Today I am working on a Mardi Gras wreath because I still have a bunch of Mardi Gras stuff left and I was like, let me just use it up. I'm gonna cut the mesh just because the mesh needs to be cut. This is, it doesn't say what color. This is a deluxe. Here, I'll just let you open it up. This is a deluxe foil mesh. See, it's pretty opaque as far as mesh goes. It's like an emerald green, Mardi Gras green. And then this is just a purple border mesh. I have a gold, but I don't know. I like the gold in here. I just don't like this. You see the actual poly, actual Deco mesh, not the foil. Like this gold is fine. It's just the plasticky part. So I think I'm gonna do the wreath in purple and green, and then everything else will be gold. I mean, why not? And this I will. I don't know. I need to find a place that sells a gold mesh where I can go in and look at it and be like, okay, that's the one I want. Or just bite the bullet and order every gold mesh from Craft Outlet and get them and be like, okay, well, now I know what I don't want. Oh, something just fell behind there. Okay, so I'm gonna put my pliers, I'm cutting these both at the same time. And I'm going to straighten up this edge. Kind of. Or not. I hit the little thing right there, the hole in the mat. So I always say you can get 18. This is not what I always say, this is just math. If this rule is 360 inches. No. Yes, no. 10 yards. Yes, okay. Sorry, it's been a long day. I just threw up. My head's a little wobbly. If this rule, each of these rules is exactly 360 inches and we cut each one at exactly 20 inches, we should get 18. I can guarantee you neither of these rolls are 360 inches. This one might be 358, this one might be 362. This one might be 340 for all we know. They're never right. And no matter how confident we are in our cutting, we are never going to get perfectly straight 20-inch cuts without using a ruler, which I quilted for years. I'm not doing that. So I'm down here at the end of my mat and I'm cutting on 19. Oh, that looks pretty, huh? Oh, I like that. I'm gonna pull these out, bring it to 0 again, cut at 19. And if you have trouble cutting mesh, which I am in no position to offer anybody any information on how to cut mesh, because we've seen how my cuts go, but I have gotten a little bit better. And one thing, what is this? I don't know what it is, but why is it in the middle of the cutting board? One thing that helps is to, especially if you're cutting 2 at a time, is to keep these straight, first of all. Keep them straight on the line right here. And I'm cutting on 19, which means this blade is going from this 19 to this 19. So I'm not going to try to trace this line. I am going to look here. Put my blade here, cut there. And that's pretty good. That's good enough for me. So putting my blade here, looking there, and you're not going to get a straight cut every time. I mean, if we attempted to do that, the amount of time we would add to making these wreaths would just be ridiculous. And I never cut these sitting down, I don't think. Do I? Have I? Maybe. But everything hurts and I'm dying. Surprise! Yeah, when I used to quilt, I would watch people, they'd be like, all right, we're gonna cut this. And I was like, how are they cutting that sitting down? Like, I need to be on top of it. See, I feel like my cuts were a little straighter when I was standing up, but we just don't fall. I swear to God, if stuff starts falling, y'all. Can't you guys just stay in like alignment over here? Is that asking too much? These two, like, look at that together. There's a fabric that I really like that has this like purple and green kind of shift to it. And Wet n Wild, you know, the makeup company, they used to have a nail polish that was called Gray's Anatomy. It was gray. It was like a silvery, like a, not like a bright silver, but it was like a gray silver base, and it shifted from purple to green. And it was like my favorite nail polish, and I don't make it anymore. But I like that. That could be Halloween too, huh? See how it's just kind of... It's like the Deco mesh part of this is laying over the green foil in a pleasing manner. Like this blade is almost due for a replace. If you ever find your blade starting to not give you smooth cuts, you should always replace it, because the most dangerous part of a rotary cutter is not the brand new sharp blade, it is the dull blade. That said, I quilted for years. I'm not talking about, you know, making a couple of quilts a year. I mean, like, making 3 and 4 quilts a month, cutting out massive, huge quilts. I have never cut myself. Of course, right now I'm about to slice my hand off, right? The thing to do, and the thing I like about the Fiskars, because they have some rotary cutters where it's like a stick. I think the Alpha one is like that, maybe. It's a stick and the thing comes out. I like this one because it's big enough for my hand, first of all, because y'all know I'm a man. It fits these fingers. I can operate this. I can hit the button to close it. This one's probably about 15 years old at this point. But when you're cutting, especially when you're cutting deco mesh, because you're not using a ruler, so it's not like you're holding something down right here. Like normally you'd be holding a ruler down right here and you'd be cutting like this. And that's how you would cut yourself. But with deco mesh, because we're not, most of us aren't. I don't ever think I've ever seen anybody cut deco mesh with a ruler. I mean, if I haven't done it, nobody's crazy enough to do it, right? That's not some crazy crap that I'm doing. You are at very small risk for cutting yourself. Very low risk, I should say. But I have read horror stories about people cutting fabric, and the blade skips over, the blade's not sharp enough, and it skips over the ruler and goes right across their hand. It might not be sharp enough to cut straight, but like, and I'm talking about like here, like just. So, you know, be safe. When I get super famous for making wreaths, I'm gonna come out with a line of Deco mesh. Nobody steal this idea from me. Or, you know, whatever. I'm gonna come out with a line of Deco mesh. Can I get another one out of here? I can't get another one out of here. I could get another purple out of here. And I guess if I took this off, this is probably 20 that I've already cut. This is probably the 21st because we save an inch every time we cut at 19. So I'm just going to unfurl this. I'm just gonna cut the. Oh crap! One of them just fell behind the table. Come on. In case we need this for something. And that fell underneath the table the other way. Great. All right, I'm back. I got the one from behind the table. I knocked a bunch of the other ones over. You know. Anyway, like I was saying, when I'm a big time wreath maker person, I am going to come out with a line of Deco mesh that's pre-cut and pre-sealed. So you'll get a piece like this on a roll that'll be like paper towels, but they won't be connected. And every piece will be 20 inches. What do you think about that? That's never gonna happen. I just want you to know, even if that opportunity presented itself, I'd be like, I don't know. I'd love to design Deco mesh though. I'd be like, this is what we're doing wrong. All right, so the way I'm gonna do this is, I have purple. This is my standard setup here. One here, two here. You know how to do it by now. Come on. I mean, there you go. 18 total. And the purple ones, I'm going to put the purple down with the green on top. The green ones, I'm going to put the green down with the purple on top. And we are doing the woodland ruffle, cruffle, I don't know. And at this point, I don't care. I'm just going to move these out of the way because they are all over my table. And I have another place for them right here off screen, or you can't. Can you see that? They're like right here, but you can't really see them. Okay. And I have some more right there, and I have some more up here. But like, wouldn't it be neat to be like, oh, you're paying a little extra money, but you don't have to cut this stuff and it's already sealed. I would very much like that. But like designing mesh. Because I do think, as a whole, it's kind of boring, right? You're like doing some real cool colors. I mean, it already comes in like every, I don't like this, and I think it's because this needs to come over. So, or not. It comes in a bunch of colors. It's just like sometimes I'm like, why can't I find it in, like I'm looking for a light blue that's not value mesh, that doesn't have a bunch of metallic in it. Like ideally, I would love this mesh, except this is matte. It's still as thick as it is, except it's matte instead of shiny. I think that would be super cool. Ultimate dream of somehow getting sequins into the mesh. Can you imagine that, where it ends up being like $20 a roll? And I'm like, yeah, sorry, all my wreaths are $300 now because there's sequins in the freaking mesh. I could make that. I could make that a reality. I realized I should have done this differently because now the green is up against the purple. Whatever, we'll be fine. Would that be cool, like if it was again like this, and there was like a row of sequins? Start that company. I'm gonna call it Struggle Mesh. Where you going? Go ahead, I'll put down some more food for you. I try not to talk to the dog when I'm doing stuff, because then he's like, hey, you talking to me? Are we doing something? And I'm like, no, we're not doing anything. You can go back to sleep. But he's like creeping around. He was just sick yesterday, which was New Year's Day. I went to my mom's to make gumbo. I talked about it in another video already, but I think that was an Easter video I was doing. But he was sick yesterday, just like an upset stomach, and the things people and animals do when they have upset stomachs. And then I was editing a video this morning, and I was talking about the exact same thing from a couple weeks ago when he had an upset stomach and did the things people and animals do when they have upset stomachs. And he was laying in his bed in my office, and I was like, oh, business, I'm sorry that I'm telling everybody all about you defecating all over the house. And he was like, that is not cool. Yeah, I have like 6, I know y'all are going to see this before you see the Easter videos. I have like 6 Easter wreaths done because I was just like, I'm tired. Like I was so tired of doing Christmas, which I can't believe I'm saying that, but like, you know, Christmas sucked this year. Christmas might suck next year. I don't know. But I was just like, I'm so tired of doing these videos. Not the videos, like doing the projects. Like, okay, oh, it's Christmassy and has a Santa Claus and it's snowy and it's got, you know, it's pepperminty, and I was just over it. So I did the Valentine's videos, which I'm assuming you've seen most of by now. I don't know I don't know what my schedule is. I'm just like, let me make videos and I'll determine in the future when they come out. What am I talking about? But yeah, I have all these Easter videos. and all these Easter wreaths, and I was like, I should make more Mardi Gras. But what I'm saying is I started doing, that's what I was trying to get at. I started doing the Easter wreaths because I was like, I am done doing Christmas. I said I don't want to make a ton of Mardi Gras stuff because not everybody does Mardi Gras. But apparently, according to what I've been watching, like people doing live streams, you know, it was like somebody in like Idaho, and she's like, we're making a Mardi Gras wreath if you want to decorate for Mardi Gras. And I was like, if you don't live in New Orleans, why are you decorating for Mardi Gras? But I guess if you like it, and I'm not saying you can't, I was just like, that's weird. But apparently, people all over decorate for Mardi Gras. So I didn't want to do a bunch of Valentine's and Mardi Gras because Valentine's is one day. I don't see that as like a season, but like Mardi Gras is a season. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all are ever down here for Mardi Gras, not this year, don't come, we don't want you. If you were ever down here for Mardi Gras, you need to go to the Walmart. A Walmart, not the Walmart. Like, I'm like, the one down the street from me. You can come to that one, I'm probably going to be there. I'll be in the lingerie department talking to my mom. Oh, I gotta tell y'all a story about my mom. They have like so much Mardi Gras, just junk, like just crap. And they sell all these like novelty things. You know those like, I know they have them at Christmas at my Walmart, like, you know, like a ridiculous suit. You know, it's like a pattern, like a men's suit, but it's, you know, they're like $40. They have those for Mardi Gras. They have onesies, they have overalls that are all like Mardi Gras printed, like they're hideous. And the only reason you would ever buy that is for the parades. Like you would buy that when you're going out to a parade, you buy that and everybody's like, oh, look at your outfit, it's so stupid, it's perfect for Mardi Gras because Mardi Gras is stupid. Our Walmart has hundreds upon hundreds. Like just, I was looking at them the other day when I was there and I was like, holy crap. My mom's like, I don't know what to do with any of this stuff because like she's in charge of that whole area now. And she's like, we're putting this stuff out and nobody buys it until it gets closer to Mardi Gras, which when the parades start, people start buying it. But there ain't no parades this year. So she was like, I don't know what we're supposed to do with all this stuff. And I was like, y'all gonna have a big clearance sale. She's like, there's like 50 pairs in every size of these the Mardi Gras overalls are ridiculous. They're like yellow with like purple and green stuff all over them. I was just like, those are like super ugly. Like even if I did Mardi Gras, I wouldn't want to wear that. And she's like, it's all so stupid. I don't know what to do with it. She's all stressed out because it's not gonna sell. But my mom, I didn't talk to her at lunch because I got up this morning and I was like, oh God, I hate my life, and I went back to sleep. So I talked to her once she got home at like, she gets home around like 1, when she's off, you know, when she's working days instead of evenings. So I called her at like 1 o'clock, you know, not 1 o'clock, like 1:30, 2 o'clock, whatever. Because I hadn't talked to her yet. And I was like, what's going on? She's like, ugh, I had to fire some girl today. And I was like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, I had to fire this girl. And I was like, what happened? Because like, that's the one thing I worried about with my mom taking this new job is like, is she gonna be able to fire somebody? Like me, I'd be like, hey, get out of here. It's not working. Bye. Like I fired Michelle a couple times. Not because she was doing anything wrong, just to shake things up. Just to shake things up in the office. Oh, for those who don't know, I pretend like I have an office and my friends work for me. And Michelle she's problematic, but HR says that I have to keep her on board because she's a redhead. You know, and I don't know. Anyway, why does this look so weird? Doesn't this look like just, like what's going on? There's like so much purple right here. I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's nothing to figure out. We'll just do it. So she's like, I had to fire a girl. And I was like, what? I was like, you mean you would have when I fired somebody? She's like, no, I had to do it. And I was like, oh. I was like, is this your first time? She's like, yeah. So I was like, well, what happened? She said, well, they had this girl, and she I think you get coached like, I don't understand Walmart. You get coached like 3 times, and then you get coached twice, and then the third time you get coached, you get terminated. So she had been written up twice already, and then one of the other managers that was there told my mom, go write up Jessica. I don't know what her name was. Go write her up because I have called her to do something 3 times. She hasn't done anything, blah, blah, blah. So my mom's like, ooh, I don't know, that's not really for me. And he's like, do it. So, my mom's like, I don't even know how to do it. So she gets somebody to help her fire somebody. She's like, can anybody help me fire this chick? So they call her in the, like, they write her up, and they call her in the office, and, you know, they're like, just kind of, you know, explaining what's going on and where she was. And she's like, my mom's like, why didn't you come when you were called? And she's like, I was at lunch. And she's like, how long were you at lunch? She's like, well, I checked, okay, what is it? I clocked out at 10. And my mom's like, and when did you get back? She's like, just now. My mom's like, it's 11:45. You don't get to take a 2-hour lunch. I don't know who told you could do that. So she had to fire this girl, and she was like, there was no reason. Like, my mom was just like, my mom doesn't like pull punches when there's no reason for you to be there. Like, if you're just there taking up space and getting in the way and not doing anything, like, she's like, this person needs to be fired. But she actually had to, like, she's the one who, like, you know, signed the order here. And then she had to, like, talk to this girl in the office, and I was like, was she upset? She was like, no, not really. I said, well, was she, like, new? She's like, no, she worked there for, like, a year. And I was like, oh, my God. So, yeah, like, I'm scared of my mom now, y'all. I'm scared that she's going to become drunk with power. I'm glad that she doesn't have a position within my company. Thank God. Because she probably would have fired me, and she'd be right here talking to y'all right now. And it would be going just like this. I don't know what this stuff is, but it's scratchy. These colors are ugly. I hate Mardi Gras. I don't know why anybody would want to buy a wreath. These wreaths are too expensive. I don't know. Somebody in the comment, oh, I think Amazon's here. Business. It's okay, they're gonna send me a picture. She'd be like, somebody in the comments mouthed off. You know that, like, boyfriend does my voiceover, wife does my voiceover, whatever. It's usually boyfriend, because it's always like makeup tutorials. I want to do that with my mom and have her be like, I'm scrunching this stuff up. I don't know why. And then I'm putting it in here, and I'm twisting it a couple times. These colors, I don't know why they're going together. I don't know what we're making. I guess it's like a Beetlejuice wreath for Halloween, even though it's December. It's actually January now. But y'all, if that was Amazon, that means my fancy new microphone is here. So my voiceovers won't sound like I'm in... And hopefully I can figure out how to hook my new microphone up to this camera so my videos sound better too. That will always be the dream, to have everything be a little bit better. Does anybody get like weirded out when Amazon delivers something and they send you a picture of the package on your porch? And you're like, oh man, my porch is so dirty. Why you had to take a picture of that, Amazon man? Alright, we are nearing the end, I think. Except there's like... No, we're not nearing the end. Never mind, I lied. But yeah, ain't that crazy about my mom? She's like, I'm a savage. And I was like, oh, I know. she's definitely going to become drunk with power and just... This is why I didn't hire her for my company. I was going to put her in charge of shipping. And she was like, I'm not going to Walgreens 4 times a day. And I was like, okay, never mind. Yeah. My mom was going to be in charge of shipping. Michelle's supposed to be in charge of social media, but she doesn't do anything. So that's why I have to fire her pretty often. And then HR makes me rehire her. She's a diversity hire because she's a redhead. Not really. She don't really have red hair. She got brown hair and she dyes it to look like the color of a baboon's butt. A baboon's the ones with the orange butt. That's what the color and texture of her hair is. She's my best friend, y'all. But yeah, Jen, my sister, is she's custodial. She is a custodial. Although when we bought my mom's yesterday, I was like, hey, Jen, listen. When I left, business was having diarrhea all over the house. I'm gonna need you to come over and clean that up. And she's like, I gotta go home. And I was like, well, I had already cleaned up the diarrhea at that point. And she's like, I gotta go home. And I was like, so you're not gonna come over and clean up after my dog? And she's like, yeah, I gotta go do stuff. Every time she's over here, she always says like, oh, as soon as she sits down for us to watch a movie or something, she says, I need to go do this. Or I need to do, like she tells the dog, I need to go do this. I need to do that. It's always something ridiculous. She sat down. She's over here on New Year's Eve. She sat down and she said, I gotta go pull some weeds. And I was like, it's New Year's Eve. It just rained for like 13 hours straight. I gotta go clean the gutters. And I'm like, what? You don't have to do anything. All you gotta do is go home and sit on the sofa. I'm thinking about firing her too. Just put performance issues, you know, like insubordination, I think. And my other sister, Catherine, she's in charge of cutting PVC pipe. That's it. I mean, she hasn't been with the company long enough for me to give her any kind of responsibility. But Michelle, I mean, I told her, listen, I was like, you don't have a job, you don't have any responsibilities. And she's like, I'm raising 2 children and homeschooling them at the same time. And I was like, you don't put on any makeup, you don't cook dinner, you barely get dressed. I said, you've been wearing the same pair of pajamas in a hoodie I gave you 15 years ago from Wet Seal for the past 9 months. I was like, listen, I have a career opportunity for you. As an unpaid intern, I need you to go into my YouTube comments. Just so if anybody ever replies and says something and you're like, what the hell is he talking about? That's not me, that's Michelle. I said, I need you to go into my comments and reply to stuff. She's like, what am I supposed to reply? I said, if they say, thank you for posting the video, you just say, thanks for watching, thank you for subscribing, and that's it. And then you tell me if someone has a question, then I'll go back and answer those. I said, because that's what the big YouTubers do. I said, you don't think, I literally can't think of a YouTuber at all. You don't think Beyonce is in her comments answering her own comments? And she's like, do you have to reply to them? I was like, if somebody takes the time to leave me a comment, which admittedly I am like 400 comments behind right now. If somebody takes the time to leave me a comment, I want to leave them a reply, even if it is just thanking them for thanking me. So she was supposed to do that, and she didn't. And then I was like, you need to learn how to work Etsy. And she was like, I have children. And I was like, oh, I'm so over her children. She didn't even like consult me. Like, she just called me one day and she's like, guess what? And I was like, what? And she's like, I'm pregnant. And I was like, oh my God, do you even know who the father is? And she's like, it's my husband. And I was like, oh my God, Michelle. why didn't you tell me anything about this? And she was like, you know, I did tell you that, you know, like, you know, we were ready. We have a house. We were ready to have kids. And I was like, well, this just does not work for me. And then a couple years later, she calls me again and she says, guess what? And I said, what? What is it? I was like, what? But, what do you have? Why are you always calling me? She's like, I'm pregnant again. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, literally, who told you you could do that? And why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you give me time to prepare for this? And she said, well, I did tell you because we've been trying for like a year and I've gone through all these fertility treatments and I was on this medicine that I might have had twins. And I was like, twins? I was like, no, that does not work for me. I was like, listen, I don't know. I don't know if this one's a good idea. She's like, well, I'm pregnant, so we're going to have to deal with it. And I was like, well, you know, there's probably a fire station nearby. You don't need no damn more kids. And then she had Corinne, and Corinne is my mortal enemy, so there you go. Didn't consult me about having children. Didn't think about how that would affect my life. And then one night I was having a panic attack, and I called her, and she's like, get ready to go to sleep, and she's like, I gotta get up early to take the kids to the orthodontist. I can talk to you for a little while. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, why can't you come down here and take care of me? And like, you know, come down here and take care of me. She's like, what am I supposed to do with my kids? And I was like, oh my God, I'm so tired of hearing about your kids, Michelle. I'm over it. I'm over these children. They've been messing up my plans since they were conceived. I was like, I want to go on this roller coaster. And Michelle was like, I can't, I'm 9 months pregnant. And I was like, oh my God, Michelle. Using that as an excuse for everything. She looked funny pregnant, y'all. I wasn't around because I was still in Florida when she was pregnant with Clara, but I saw her. She announced that she was like, she told everybody she was pregnant with Corinne at Clara's birth, like Clara's like second or third birth, I don't know when it was. And she had on like overalls, and then like, you know, she changed later to like show that she was actually pregnant. And I was like I kept looking at, she's like, what are you looking at? I was like, why are you so fat? She's like, I'm pregnant. And I was like, oh my God, you use that as an excuse for everything. I was like, you look weird. I said, your body's too small to have that big blunt lump in your belly. And she's like, I am building a life. And I was like, ugh, don't remind me. But so yeah, if she had asked me, I would have told her, no, Michelle, I don't think that I want you to have children. And she could be answering your comments instead of me trying to do it during the 7 minutes of downtime I have every day. But she's selfish. I mean, she's always been selfish. Should we call her? No, because I only have like 2 more pieces to put in. And I'm falling asleep. Not really. I'm watching Sabrina. Because it is the day after. It's the 2nd. Sabrina came out today. Wait, did it come out on New Year's Eve? I don't know when it came out. Anyway, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Sabrina yet, she's getting it on with Nick right now. I am not a fan of Nick. You mean to tell me you choosing Nick over Harvey? Girl. Like, I realized her and Harvey broke up. But I would have been like, I would have told hello friend who was blind for like 1 episode. I would have been like, listen, he's mine. So, you know, you're gonna have to deal with that. should have done that while he was with Harvey. He's a good man. He lives on a farm. I think he drives a truck. Do any of them drive, or they're just always walking everywhere? They must be in excellent shape for a bunch of teenage witches. Somebody's got to drive. He's got to drive. I'm pretty sure he drives. But he had that zombie brother. I'm Team Harvey all the way. And the other guy, I'm just like, ugh. Whatever. I mean, that's her life. She wants to hook up with Nick. Let her do that. I assume it's not any of my business. It's not like it's Michelle's body. Oh my god, somebody who's never been here before is like, oh my god, I can't believe he's saying all that stuff about his friend. Y'all, first of all, calm down. Put down your pens. I don't care that Michelle has. I do care a little bit, but I mean, what am I going to do? Alright. So, this is my new thing now when I finish a wreath base. I'm like, does it bounce? It sure do. Alright, so that is. Isn't it like, I know there's probably a way to do this that I just can't think of. But like when these colors, like this is a green on the outside that's on top, this is a green on the inside that's on top. So this section right here looks very green. And I know I can go through and like manipulate these and... Well, I guess I could do that, huh? Is that the way to fix this problem? I don't like when there's too much... I think it would have to be like these, if like the green is going this way on the inside, it needs to go this way on the outside. I don't like when it looks like there's a, like right here, it looks like there's a big clump of purple. See, like all right here? Yeah, I'm super into Sabrina right now. I wasn't like planning on binge watching it, like watching it all in a day, just because I know it's the last season and I'm super upset about it because it's a good show and Netflix is always like, hey, remember those good shows we had? What if we canceled them? And somebody's like, that's a good idea. Let's cancel Sense8. Why would you ever do that? Everybody on that show is beautiful. What's wrong with you? But yeah, Pollyanna McIntosh, who has a part in Sabrina, she posted about it and she was like, not to toot my own horn, and I was like, what? Why are you posting that you're a part of this show? I said I didn't get to that episode yet. And like, I love her, and like seeing, you know, like when somebody, you don't know that somebody's going to be in a show or a movie, and then like they're in the show or the movie and you're like, oh, I love them. And I was like, you took that away from me, Pollyanna McIntosh. How dare you? Oh, and to make things even better, look what I just saw. Look at this. That is beer. Craft outlet. You are going to get a strongly worded email from a customer service representative once she stops dealing with all of her damn kids. I tell you, Michelle acts like she got 15 kids. I said you have 2 of them, and I always punished. I don't know what the big deal is. Alright, so, yes, this is my wreath. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. The dog jumped down. He really thought I was done. But I'm going to leave this for a little bit and gather some stuff because I'm just going to add gold to this. And I might not even do a bow. It might just be like kind of like a freestyle thing. I might go to Walmart tomorrow and buy a giant mask to go in the middle. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I have... Oh, you got your bone, baby? I have gone around and gathered gold. All the finest gold money can buy. Things from Everything throw on one, maybe? I have this, but this is not this. See, this is like a champagne gold. That'd be fine if I had enough to do the whole wreath, which I don't. This is a gold, which this is Mardi Gras gold to me. This is Christmas gold. Everything just fell over. So I'm gonna make my bow, make me a big loopy bow, and maybe go from there. I need to put, this is what happens when I don't have pins to put in my ribbons. They just kind of unfurl all over the place. All right, so I have this. Did I not have something else? Maybe not. Because I think I have to do the gold, the purple, the green, purple, and then the green again. Because I don't have any gold ribbon. Because I keep forgetting to order it. Get your act together, Adam. 8-inch tail. Oh, business! Wow. Can you jump back up there with it? Can you do it? You can't do it, y'all. I got it. Hold on. Oh, there you go. He's chewing on one of those disgusting hooves. Which might be why he keeps cropping all over the place. I don't know. But he loves it. This is the last wreath I'm making before I do a serious cleanup of the Easter catastrophe, the Easter massacre. Wait, was the Easter massacre a real thing? Why do I feel like that's a real thing? Alright. Well. If you lost someone in Easter massacre, I apologize. Was that a thing from it? Like that was one of the things? I don't know. Alright, 8-inch tail, 6-inch loops. I wonder, I have a lot of this green left. I wonder if I could get multiple bows out of this. Probably not. Listen, business, I don't mean to call you dumb or anything, but that is a terrible hiding spot. I mean, if I was going to look for anything that you were hiding from me, that would be the first place I would look, because that's where you're always sitting. He's like, it is not a terrible hiding spot, just because this is my chair, and I just barely hid this bone under a blanket. My mom's dog is like that. Like, she'll find something, and she'll be like, I have got to hide this so nobody finds it, and then she'll just like go put it behind like a chair, and I'm like, oh no, where did it go? And she's like, yeah, I hid it because I don't want anybody to find it. And I'm like, wow. My ear is itchy. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I feel like this is going to be a little underwhelming, but I don't want to make 3 of them. I didn't want to put that green on there. Again, because then both my green loops will be on the same side. I just don't know if I have enough to do 3 bows. I have enough of this. What about the purple? Where is the purple? I'll throw it. Making 2 more bows. I mean, I might as well kill off the rest of this ribbon. Ooh, I hope I have enough of this. I'm going to be very upset if I make 2 bows and I don't have enough of one. You know, I talked in another video about not making New Year's resolutions, but I think my one New Year's resolution needs to be to find the damn peg for the freaking spool holder. Really? Hey. Again. Oh, this is all I got left of the purple. Are we gonna make it? Is anybody else watching The Stand on CBS All Access or whatever it's called? It's really good. But I'm also watching the miniseries from the 90s, and it's really bad. This one's backwards. I know, baby. Don't you worry. One day, me and you are going to move to the country. We're going to have a great big house on a great big property, and no one is going to shoot fireworks for 3 weeks every December and January. And it'll be wonderful. I'm so tired of the fireworks, y'all. I don't know if it's like that where y'all live. We used to like, it used to like, when I first moved back here after Florida, I think you could shoot them, but they weren't selling them. So like you'd have to go somewhere else to buy them and then bring them, and then you could shoot them, but you couldn't buy them here. But now it's legal to buy them here, so more people have access to them, and they need to shut up. That's just my opinion, because I am over it. I like the ones that are pretty that go in the sky and everything, but why do you have to like make something that sounds like I'm in a war zone? Oh, look how close we got it. Alright, let's see if this purple is gonna, if we're gonna get through this, or if we are going to have to, I don't know, I guess say bad words, because it's not like I can do anything about it if I don't have enough. I have enough. Dear Purple Ribbon, you have served us well throughout 4 Mardi Gras wreaths. Is that right? 4? The Polyjute one, the Ombre one, and the Grapevine, and this one. Thank you for your service. I'm gonna keep you, just because I like that. Green Ribbon, you may yet live long enough to become part of a bow and what is that Irish, St. Patrick's Day? I was looking at stuff today for St. Patrick's Day and I was like, I don't like any of this. But I want to do at least one St. Patrick's Day wreath, if only to make up for the hideous one I made last year. Y'all want to go look at an ugly wreath? Go check that one out. We're not worried about running out of this one because I can get more of this at Walmart. Or I could. Look, that's all we have left. See, this is why the Funky Bow is great, because, you know, you use up a bunch of ribbon. There's a lot of green left, so that's good. Also, they killed Dorian on Sabrina, and nobody like cared. It was just like, oh, he killed Dorian, and then like they went on to something else, and I was like, ah. I hate when they do that. You know who's like terrible about doing that is not so much The Walking Dead, but Fear the Walking Dead. They will have characters who have been on there from the first episode. Like, what's his name? One of the characters who's been in there since the beginning. He got shot. He died. His sister was there. His girlfriend was there. Like, all his friends were there. And he got shot and died. And then it was just like, all right, so what are we doing next about all of these freaking zombies everywhere? And I was like, they just do not care. They did the same thing with the dad. They did the same thing with the mom. It was just like, these characters are dead. Now, let's move on to something else. Man, can't we get a little, like, can't this affect us for more than the scene? Can it affect us for an entire episode at least? And they were like, no, we don't have time for that. We gotta get rid of these zombies. Okay, here's my wreath again. This table's getting awfully cramped. Please tell me I remembered to hit record. I did. Oh, good. This is a big didn't expect that. This was gonna be like my little simple. I can feel where this is at. I just don't know where it's at really. Does that make sense? All these freaking ornaments in the way. I gotta go get that package before somebody really does steal it from me. Although I'm sure they'd open it and be like, what is this? Why does this person who live here need this very expensive fancy microphone? And I'll be like, because I am Beyonce. That is why. Now please return it. Alright, so these bows are just going on this side. Kind of spreading them out a little bit. This one, I don't even know how to, is this one, what is this one even attached to? Oh, I mean, it's around a brace, so. Okay, and then this one is going here. This is like my new thing. Damon from Deco Exchange, he's been going live a lot. And it's usually like later at night, so I'm like, all right, well, I can watch this. And he's like one of those no nonsense persons. Like, he's there to make the wreath. Like, he's not gonna stop and talk to somebody for 15 minutes about that dog. Well, no, he probably would do that. But like, he doesn't sit there and be like, oh no, well, we need to do, you know, like these people who just like talk and talk and talk, and then they're like, it's my live stream, I'll do what I want. And I'm like, you're supposed to be making a wreath. Like, can you make the wreath? So he's like bearable to watch live because he's there to make the wreath. Whereas I am only here to try to get these pipe cleaners. Where's my needle? Every time I remember I have the needle, I'm like, Adam, you've spent too much time trying to get the pipe cleaner through. You need to finish it. Where's my needle? Okay. This one definitely needs to come out some more this time. I have to move that. I was editing a video today and I was like, why are you still fluffing that bow? Why are you still trimming those tails? Do that after you turn the camera off. Okay, and now I think we are just going to... Y'all know what that means, right? Do things over here. This is a fleur-de-lis from Walmart. I like how you take the little thing out and it leaves a big hole at the top, but whatever. I want this. Listen, I'm not going to be the one this video where I'm sitting here screwing with this damn fleur-de-lis. So this is my side over here where my bows are. This is where my fleur-de-lis is going. And how am I going to get it in there? Please don't fall. Please don't fall. I cannot reach behind that table again. I'm using my needle that I just said I couldn't find anywhere. I'm just going to put some holes in here. I can't see them because this is super glittery. Oh no, I really can't see it. Where's that one? Where's this one? These are crappy Dollar Tree pipe cleaners. I shouldn't be using these, but I'm gonna let that dry. And I want my big ornament down here. Right? Yeah. Yep. I guess I do want it down there because there ain't no going back now. You don't see my Mickey Mouse pants over here? I wore those to Big Lots today. Oh, because I went to Big Lots today. Did I mention that? I went to Big Lots today just to go, like, get out the house. Because it's the weekend, and I hate weekends, and I was bored. So that's what I did, and there was, like, less than nothing there. Except these two people came in without a mask. It was a husband and wife. They both came in without a mask on, and the woman behind the counter said, "Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, sir." And the wife, like, was, like, running through the store. And, he was like, "Yeah?" She's like, "You need a mask to shop at Big Lots." And he was like, "Oh," he's like, "Yeah, we just gotta get one thing." And she was like, "You need a mask if you want to shop at Big Lots." And I was like, "Oh, girl, yes." So he yells after the wife. And, she's like, "What?" And he's like, "We need to go get our mask." And she's like, "We just had him on and we left him in the car." And I was like, I thought you just needed one thing. Anyway, I bought a Diet Mountain Dew and a box of biscotti that I had for lunch, so that's all I got with my mask on. Because I care about people besides myself. Mister, we only need one thing. I cannot wait for the mask for them to be like, "Okay, listen, we don't need masks anymore." I cannot wait. Not because I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm so uncomfortable. I can't see anything." I'm like walking around, breathing like Darth Vader. My glasses are always fogged up. What was that? I don't know what that was. I don't care anymore. I'm so over this table. I think I figured out a way to fix it though, so we got that going for us. It just better not have been an ornament. I made this wreath basically in one go. I mean, I stopped to go find the ornaments, but I feel like I'm doing pretty good on time. It's probably been 3 hours since I started. I know a lot of time was taken up with me talking about Michelle's kit. The unnecessariness of it all. I don't think kids are for me. I used to think I wanted kids, like when I was younger. Like when I was like in my 20s, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to have a kid, I can't wait to have a kid, I want to adopt a kid, I want to be a dad." And then I got older and I became crazy, or my craziness presented itself. And I was like, "Oh my god, I can't even take it." What was that now? Can you just go, like, whatever? Oh, that's just go. Just go. Go. You belong to the void now. Like, the thought of, like, being responsible for another human, I'm like, oh my god, no. I don't know how how do parents do that? I know that, like, I don't function like a normal person would. That's not the right word, I shouldn't say normal, but I'm talking about myself. I don't function like a normal person, a normal mentally healthy person would. But like, I don't know. I don't know how y'all do that. Like, you're responsible for that kid. You gotta keep that kid alive. You gotta feed it. You gotta clean up after when the diarrhea is all over the living room in the middle of the night. That was just a for instance. I'm not talking about anybody's specific business. Yeah, that is spooky. That is not spooky. It's scary. Michelle was like, "Oh, we had to take her into like the urgent care because she was doing this," and I was like, "Oh my god, is she gonna live?" Michelle's like, "Yes, she had like a sore throat," and I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god." Again, I ask, is she gonna live? I can't believe at some point I had these ugly ornaments on my tree. No, you gotta get in, sweetie, you gotta get in there. That ornament's trying to jump ship. It's like, I don't want to be in this wreath. It's too fluffy. Some of these around. Look at these all have hooks on them. What is all this noise everywhere? 6 o'clock, everybody should be in bed. What time is it? 6:19. Oh my god. I had crab cakes for dinner and then I was like, these don't feel like they're sitting right with me. And they are like jalapeno cheddar, Budweiser be battered jalapeno cheddar crab popper bites or something. I threw up, of course. Let me tell you. There is little worse than throwing up something spicy. Because you're like, oh man, that was so spicy, but I finished it, and then you throw it up and it burns all over again. I remember one time, I got sick. This was a long time ago. We went somewhere, we had crawfish, I got sick, and I could not keep them down. And when I tell you, it was the most miserable experience I think I've ever had. Oh my god. I don't think I've eaten like a lot of crawfish. Like, I'll eat crawfish every now and then, but since then I'm like, nope, what if I throw up? What if I throw up? What if that happens? Can't risk it. Oh my god, that's so much glue. I want to hear somebody one day be like, hey, one of your ornaments fell out of my wreath, and I'll be like, that's not my wreath. That is that is somebody else's wreath, because ornaments do not fall out of my wreaths. If anything, the wreath fell off the ornament. That's how that works. I also have these. These are Mardi Gras ornaments. They sell these in the Mardi Gras section. They're kind of a weird. They're heavy too. Why are these so heavy? Indoor use only, not a toy. Okay, well, I figured as much that it wasn't a toy because it doesn't look like it would be very fun. Oh yeah, that is fun. I'm gonna try to shove these in here somewhere. Like maybe, well, kind of like that. We get you in here. Oh, I thought they were heavy before. Get you in there. And then maybe the other one. No, I don't like that. I don't like that either. this one's going this way. This one needs to go this way. Can I turn this one? Yep. Okay. Can you see why I don't teach classes on how to make wreaths? I'm like, why can we turn this one after we've already glued it in with 17 pounds of glue? Yep, we sure can. Alright, and the last thing I'm going to add is... we really need to have a cleanup over here, huh? This is a big wreath. Come on. You just go over there for right now. I'm not dealing with all of that right now. I think I will tuck one of these in. Here-ish. I need to empty that garbage because that garbage is like overflowing. Put these around here. I like to do like clusters of things. Like this is kind of a cluster. This is kind of a cluster. One in between this bow, and one in between the next bow, and that will be that. Even if you can't like see it. Ah! You Mother's Day brunch. I don't know what I glued that to besides my finger. Oh, you need to stain here a little bit better. Good? We good? Everybody good? Nobody needs a stern talking to. Yeah, then I'll put this one like right. I don't know where I'll put this one. And I'm gonna use it because what am I gonna do with one gold ornament? Watch next week. I'm gonna be like, if I just had one gold ornament. Oh, I glued this one in upside down. Did I glue this one? Oh, I didn't. Damn it. Crap. Hey, that's never coming out of there. How do we remedy that? Alright, I'm going to go back and trim all these tails, even this one that's glued over to this upside down ornament. Everything's in there pretty good. Next floor delay looks a little undersized, but it's bright, it stands out. Yeah, and you will see pictures of all these tails trimmed and this fluffed out appropriately right about now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys when I see you. Bye.